Hello people from YouTube, my name is Zadarkus and I welcome you to a full ranked game in which I was playing Sion. And as always, as you can already see in the chat, people were asking about my Sion mid because every time I pick Sion mid, people just think I'm a troll and start making like assumptions, bad ones. But you will see what he is capable of, or should I say was capable of, because they just nerfed him right on the key element of what made him mostly work in the mid lane, which was his E. Now I'm against Zed, as you can see, and level 1 I always pick my E and just start, trying to use the minions to hit the guy, but not really going in. As you can see, I don't have armor or magic resists in my runes, and that's because it mostly would be a waste, knowing that in the late game I'm basically just building defenses. So what I have to do is just kind of be safe here. Now you can see that I got level 2, which I get my shield for some protection or damage if I so decide. And I use my E to try to slow Zed. I get it, my explosion does it. I use my Q knowing that I would hit him in the position, but he wouldn't be able to run back to the tower and ignite him. And thanks to that I do get the first blood, and Nidalee is like, how the did he just do that? Anyway, I use my little mana that I left to try to shove the lane and be able to go back to the base and buy some stuff. I always start the same way with Sion. I get the crystalline flask and some HP potions, because Sion, at least if you play mid, you are going to rely a lot in your abilities, and therefore you need the mana to sustain yourself as well. And since the build normally that I do, for example, I don't get any type of mana regen, so yeah, it helps me out as long as I don't get the blue buff and all that. Now Nidalee here doing amazing poke to Zed already. We just got back into the lane, so everything is fine. So I try to burst him down, I mean get him low enough so I can just go in again, and I always try to hit him with the shield, throw the minions against him with my E, of course ward a little bit, because warding is nice and may save your life. But yeah, it's Zed, he has his W, and as long as he has it, it's kind of hard for me to get him mostly. But now here I forced the flash because his W was in cooldown, and something I try to do is always wait for him to be forced to use his W so I can go in on him and deal the most damage. Now I'm going to do something a little bit silly to secure a kill. I hit him with the W, I flash in with my ultimate, and I do kill him, but I die. That's something I almost every time do with Sion on the mid lane, is once I get to level 6, I really just try to go in. The burst you got from your W, ultimate, EQ, I mean against mid laners that are squishy, it's pretty insane, and I always try to capitalize on that instead of just being with my ultimate there for no reason. In meantime, we do get the Drake. I still am around the mid lane. I have level 1 boots. I'm going for the Sunfire Cape with the nice item that I actually grew to love. That gives you the lower type of Sunfire Cape. I don't know the name yet on my head, but see how much pain I can endure. I'm being ganked. I got ultimate by Warwick. I got ultimate by Zed. I managed to take Zed down enough, and I actually even picked up a kill. And well, I didn't pick up the kill on Warwick, but you can see that this is actually pretty insane. At this moment, getting even more armor. I got the Chain Vest, I got that HP item that gives you the Sunfire effect, boots, a ward to place, and a couple more sustain items, which are always nice. Every time I go back to the base, it's only going to be harder for Zed to actually kill me. I may just buy flat resistances, no need to buy HP mostly, because I scale off with my W. I always grow like Nasus and Vega, but in HP, so buying flat resistances is enough. Here, well, I do the same thing. I try to kill him with my ultimate burst and all that, He survived with a little bit of HP, but he's being way too greedy, staying around the tower, and therefore I am trying to see if I can hit him with an E if the minions come, and he just wasted his thing, his W, and I hit him with the minion and he died. So Warwick comes and he thinks he can hurt me, he uses his ultimate, I just walk away, he uses a smite, he tries to attack me, and now I just spam a couple of emotes because I can. Anyway, the worst part of the Sion laning phase is gone by now. As I mentioned, I don't have any resistances in my runes, and therefore the early game is the part that can be a little bit problematic. Both because I don't get resistances from runes, and also because the first couple of levels your shield is really weak, and therefore yeah, it may be a problem. You gotta play passive in the most, not passive, you can harass and all, but you should not go all in as much. After that you can just do this, tower dive, burst him, ignite him, go away, and yeah. Actually, to be honest, most people don't expect a Sion in the mid lane, and since people don't expect it, it's because he's not that much played in the mid, and therefore people don't know how to react to it and how to play against it. I haven't tested it since the new patch 5.6, because it got patched today, but they reduced the damage from the pass-through of his E, which is what I mainly use to deal damage to the laners. I knock back a minion to hit the laner, and it was 50% of the damage. Now it is only 30% of the damage, so I don't know how much that affects the lane, but I imagine a lot, at least when it comes to kill potential, but who knows. Now I kinda wanted the blue, but yeah, it's okay. And after this one, Nidalee starts giving me the blue. I mean, even Nida, there it is, even your junglers don't know what to do. Yeah, blue helps a lot. I mean, I use a lot of the abilities to clear waves, to harass, to poke, and I don't build any... I mean, I'm going to get Frozen Heart later on, but that's all I have for mana. Now they attack me again, and they try to ultimate me, and I just, you know, walk away, and I'm still alive. I'm even typing lol, sure, and I'm not even that fed yet. I mean, my farm is suboptimal. I should have 90 CS at 10 minutes, being a great player if I would, and not at 15 minutes, so yeah. If you are really good farming and you get the farm down, you're going to grow up as a beast that people have a lot of hard time killing, and it will kind of happen to me as well. But as you can see, I go for a lot of fighting, and therefore sometimes I end up missing farm because of that. Now I use my ultimate with the ignite, and the guy just gets wrecked again. I mean, at this point Zed kinda knows that he cannot face the Sion again, and he's stopping to try it. But I decide to go to the top lane as well. This phase was actually pretty good. I mean, I was fed, I'm a Sion mid that is actually winning and fed, but I died 2 times, and this phase ended the game without dying a single time. So yeah, props to that phase. I actually told him in the end game chat, well play phase, 0 deaths, amazing. Anyway, now they start trying to hold the mid lane, bot coming up, but my bot also won the lane, but Sivir is actually not that fed. Actually, in other words, she's not fed at all. The people that are fed in my team, it's me and Fizz. So you can see Lucian is 9, Sivir is 10, but it's a small difference between them when it comes to gold. She just died to Zed, something that I kind of wanted to avoid, giving Zed kills, you know, but it's not a big problem. As you can see, I'm level 12, almost hitting 13, and the highest level is 11 on Shen, and 10 on Zed, and the rest of the team it's like 9 and 8. So now Fizz here almost dying, but he did survive. I was and as you can see, I was tower hogging basically. If I don't have mana, I'm pretty useless, but I just get the Tor mail. I mean, magic damage, let's think about it. They had Shen, but Shen doesn't really do much damage, but he hits you with a Q and then sometimes has his passive to deal a little bit of extra damage. It's not he who is going to kill me for sure. And yeah, you got Warwick, but I already had the Mercury Threads, and with the HP I got, I mean, that's more than enough to not die to the damage from Warwick's Q and stuff. So basically I just wanted to be tanky enough for the Lucian and for the Zed, mainly for the Lucian because he actually had some damage. As you can see, he has the Infinity Edge and slowly he will get stronger. Well, I mean, it's his roll ride, his AD carries it, Tord Mail for the win. Now here trying to secure the lane, but as you can see, as oh, now I miss really hard, lol. I even typed fuck. Well, it happens. I mean, it's the only Sion ulti I did there that kinda sucked. Mostly I kinda have it down already, but yeah. It happens, boys, it happens. But as you can see, as long as you have mana, you can clear waves easily just by E, the front minion, and then Q or W, and the minion wave is gone. Building there the mana crystal for the frozen heart, as I mentioned, just trying to slow the attack speed of Warwick, Lucian, and even Zed. I think it's a good item. I play a lot with the Sion builds. I don't have a like optimal Sion build for games. Like for example, I have down for Ari where I just swap 1 or 2 items if really needed. With Sion, I just go with whatever I feel it's right. When I start playing, I don't aim already to item, I just go and watch how the game is going. But mostly the first item is fixed. If I'm playing against a mage, I go towards the Banshee, and if I'm playing against AD, I'm going towards the Sunfire. Sometimes Randuin's, but now with the change to that item that gives you the Sunfire effect, I like to buy Sunfire first actually, and it helps you deal damage. Now something that people actually don't think about is the amount of damage that you do as Sion. In not this game, but in the game I had after this one, which I will also commentate, my support told me, Sion, please build damage items, you do no damage. And I told her, dude, stop saying shit you don't know about. I mean, I bet with you after the game, I was the one with most damage. And that's the thing, Sion deals a lot of damage, but it's overseen. You burst teams in AoE with your shield, and you poke them a lot during the laning phase and that with your E. And the thing is, every single game, and I'm not lying, every single game, I am the guy with most damage to players. I'm not saying most damage in general, including minions. I'm literally saying most damage to champions. And people don't think he actually has that much damage, but he does. And when I'm really going bad and all that, I sometimes buy Last Whisper or avoid stuff, because yeah, you got magic damage in yourself as well. But no, as you can see, I'm tanky and I got kills, and my kills are not kill steals, so it makes no sense saying that Sion does not have damage, but it makes sense saying that he is a pain in the ass to kill. Me, they are spamming emotes. And Zed also spammed emotes with me, so it was kind of funny. I mean, he was cool. He got honored. I actually honored the guy for that, because I think he didn't flame and he was still having fun playing the game, and that's awesome. Anyway, I think this is going to be like the last fight. Sorry, I didn't really comment over the game. I was more talking about Sion itself, but you know, I felt like I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about Sion itself. I cannot tell you today pick Sion mid because it works, because it had the nerfs. I still have to test it with the nerfs, and I quite imagine actually it doesn't work as well anymore. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I did pretty well with Sion mid, had really fun games, and it's kind of fun. Otherwise, yeah, you got something that people don't expect. You're not being a meta sheep, and at least, yeah, you pretty unique on what you do and what you play. They're canceling the Shen thing, ultimate with the Q. We kinda trying to peel power carries going backwards. I go in and I don't care if I die here, they're pretty low. Even if I die, and we take the kills, it's GG, well played. But I actually didn't die. Yeah, Sona healed me up a bit. I had my shield to avoid a lot of damage, and I'm pretty cool with that. In this game, which I wasn't that much fun, but I can tell you that I have around 500 extra HP from my W passive. You can easily have a game where you get like 1,000 and a half if you farm well, because it's 28 minutes in this game if I'm not wrong, and I got 170 minions if I think it's that, and you can easily get like 300 plus CS if you actually farm with your head set in the game, and that's 1,000 and a half HP extra. Anyway, there we take out the Shen, we try to push. Here I'm a little bit of a dumbass, I do get the kill on the Lucian as well, but Warwick, yeah, messes me up. Try to use my actually, yeah, as you can see, I did Last Whisper in this game. I mean, it's nice, Last Whisper works well with your Q, and when you die you deal extra damage. That, because when you die you actually deal insane amount of damage. No, that's me just kinda derping, sitting back like spam clicking on the trinkets. Anyway, yeah. But it's basically the game, guys. That's basically the Sion myth. You just start kinda slow, you try to survive, and once you get the first defensive items against the champion you're playing, you just burst them down really easily, and you got the ignite if you picked it to finish him up, and there it is. Most people don't expect you to do that much damage when you actually do, and that's freaking amazing. And no, I'm not playing AP, I actually have cooldown reduction and armor penetration or scaling AD, something like that this has nothing AP on it, so yeah, that's raw damage. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's not a typical commentary of the game like I normally do, I'm just like talking about Sion and whatever, but it's nice to just talk a little bit and explain you my thought process and why I pick him and stuff like that. Anyway, there is me and Zed just having fun, spamming ding moves until the game was ended. And yeah, thank you for watching. Remember to give it a thumbs up, a comment, and subscribe if you're not. My name has been Zadarkus, and I'll see you in the next one.